What's going on, beautiful people? I'm the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, and I'm your coach of the LA Guerrilla Tactics. And today we are taking on Tone, just Tone, coach of the Miami Marlins in an epic week. I don't know what week this is. In the SDA. If you're excited for it, do me the massive favor and icicle crash that thumbs up button. And if you're new, por favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, hit the bell button to get notified every single time we post a new video. I know my intro in and out. Anyway, for those of you who missed last week, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. We took an L to Goldoa Dragon, which is definitely something that we expected. All right, listen, let's talk about it. For those who didn't understand, last week, Goldoa Dragon, Mr. Goldoa, Senor GBA veteran himself, is 10-0 in this league and is at the time playing him, he was first seed and I was second seed. Both of us are pretty close. I think he locked playoffs by beating me. We're not locked, but we're like way up there. So like it's very unlikely that we miss playoffs. He, 1, is a playoff contender, obviously, and 2 is possibly someone that we could see in finals if we make it, knock on wood. So I did not want to give him my card. I know he said in his video that he wanted to win the game to lock himself in the playoffs just to kind of cruise through the rest of the season and ensure himself that he's able to get that ticket to the big dance. We, on the other hand, just wanted to do the opposite approach, bring the Pokemon probably wouldn't ever come the rest of the season, like Heatmore. I wanted to bring Shedinja, but he had fucking Spectrier, which sucks. We brought some scripts, and it was a fun game. He ended up winning the game. So now we have to turn on the gears, because now that Goldoa was out of the way, we're able to get our journey to lock in the playoffs. And that starts this week against Tone. We're going to talk about the team, what we're going to bring, why we're going to bring it, and hop on into the matchup. So real quick, let's go ahead and do that team builder. So let's see. I'll hop it up on screen now. I'll pop it up. I can speak English. I promise I can speak English. The Miami Marlins consist of the greatest Pokemon, the king of Draft League, currently in Generation 8. Dragapult, he's got Cinderace, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Unpheasant, Gardevoir, Mandibuzz, Vileplume, Marowak, Vikavolt, Corsola, and Copperajah. I'll give you guys 3 seconds to notice something about this team. My man does not have a Zygarde check. His grass type is Vileplume, which is part poison, which means that it is neutral to ground type moves, which means that Zygarde goes nutty this week, and I'm so excited for it. And there's also a very big gap between his speed tiers, right? He goes Dragapult at 142, Cinderace at 119, and then nothing until Urshifu at 97. So which means that we can play around with the speed here. We have that speed tier advantage. I don't care what anybody says, you need to draft your speed tiers. I'm talking to you, Shuckle King. I agree with my front office mate, aka one of my really good friends, OG Albina. Speed tiers are indeed very important. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This is a good example of that. You can get by with choice scarfs and stuff, but just this is an example for sure. So the Pokemon I think he's gonna bring: Dragapult, Cinderace, Urshifu, Gardevoir, probably the Vikavolt, I think, is what's going to come, and the Copperajah are the Pokemon that I believe he's going to bring. We're going to talk about the team real quick, and we'll hop on into the matchup. The very first Pokemon that we're going to be bringing is going to be Tangrowth. Hopefully my controller doesn't start drifting. Maruchan is showing up this week with the Rocky Helmet. Why? Because of the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Urshifu, the water Urshifu, has access to Surging Strikes, which means it has 3 hits that always crit. So we want to bring the Rocky Helmet to be able to get that Rocky Helmet damage, unless he is the I have to pay attention to make sure that he is indeed the I have a tendency to like look at my screen and my calcs and look away from the game and miss crucial information, so I have to try my best to fix that, and I'll make sure I try it in this game. Rocky helmets to get that chip with those 3 hits. It also gets good chip damage with anything else like U-turn, close combat. Everything that this thing does is going to make contact. So being able to have that Rocky helmet chip is going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're basically almost max defense. The EV spread that we have on our Tangrowth this week is 160 in defense and max HP, and then we have 4 in attack and the rest in speed def. We're running Giga Drain, knockoff, Earthquake, Toxic. Earthquake is there for the Copper Jaw as well as the Cinderace, which would be really nice to maybe catch him on the switch in, because in case if he were to predict me to go for a Giga Drain and then he brings in a Cinderace and I predict that and go for an Earthquake, that would be magnifique. Knockoff is there to get rid of items. There's also super effective damage on the Dragapult, which would be really nice. And Toxic is there to wear down his walls. I obviously cannot Toxic the Vileplume, and I don't want to stand on a Sludge Bomb, but that is a thing to be able to help chip that thing down. I was going to put Synthesis on there, but I thought that Toxic would be nice to be able to wear down his Pokemon instead of Synthesis. Because if there's the Synthesis to be able to get the Rocky Helmet chip on the Urshifu, and he is indeed heavy duty boots. If he's protective pads, it's kind of a wash, so I'd rather just get the Toxic off, which would be really nice. So that's Moto-chan. Next mon that we have is going to be Zygarde. Zygarde, the MVP of this game. My man does not have it checked to Zygarde, bro. Fucking draft a grass type. I'm telling you. 1,000 arrows, extreme speed, coil, and dragon dance is all that we need. Coil is there to be able to boost up on stuff. Maybe if it gets to the point where nothing that is left is faster than Zygarde, then we can coil up, get our defenses up, and then we can start spamming extreme speed. Obviously the Dragapult is ghost type, so we can't hit that, but we can hit the Cinderace, which is really, really nice. If I can get a coil and a dragon dance up, I get +2, +1 defense, and +1 speed. Oh, we're sitting pretty. Again, he doesn't have a switch into 1,000 arrows, so we are max attack, but we're not adamant. We are 172 in our speed to be able to outspeed a timid max speed Gardevoir. We don't outspeed Urshifu, but this set also outspeeds a adamant max speed Urshifu. I do have to ensure that I check the damage calcs to see what exactly he is and take a guess and hope that we get that right, but we did do that just in case. We have leftovers there. We initially thought a front office, Kurt, guys, I switched it to leftovers last minute. It was Habanberry. I feel as though leftovers would be a little bit better. Instead of that one Draco Meteor switch in, I can get that residual recovery and be a good check to the Cinderace long term. So next mon we have is Kabuterimon. There are Golisopod. We have Aqua Jet, Leech Life, Close Combat, and Sucker Punch. Aqua Jet is there for the Cinderace. It does 2-hit KO that thing. Sucker Punch is there for the Dragapult. It does massive damage. I think it does like 66% minimum. Let's see. Golisopod, it does 56% minimum. So if I can get that thing a little bit over half, then I can knock it out with the Sucker Punch, would be really, really nice. But we do have to play with like the Will-O-Wisp and substitution shenanigans. That is something that we do have to keep in mind. But for the most part, if we can gauge, then we can go from there. We are running Close Combat there for the Copper Jaw. And Leech Life is there to be able to not get walled by the Vileplume. That is a thing. Be able to get some recovery too. So our water stab is going to be Aqua Jet. Emergency Exit is really nice to be able to get some pivot momentum, which is phenomenal. Some view it as a bad thing. I view it as a good thing, because if you can switch this in to eat a hit, get into Emergency Exit range, and get that momentum, is going to be something that could be game changing. So that is a thing. Next Pokemon we have is going to be Diego. Diego the Raikou. Diego showing up with the modest nature, with the magnet. We're running Thunderbolt and Volt Switch. My man's ground type is Marowak, and I don't think he's brought it this season. I think the stats are here. Let's come to one game. I don't think he brings in. If he does, we have Scald for that. Extra Sensory is there to be able to hit the Vileplume in case he does bring the Vileplume. I don't think he does. I think he brings Vikavolt over Vileplume, but we have Extra Sensory just in case. And yeah, being modest and hitting this thing, hitting his entire team for amazing damage is the reason why you want to check your speed tiers, guys. I outspeed his entire team outside of Cinderace and Dragapult. This thing's going to be a problem for him. So Raikou's going to be phenomenal for us this game. Next one we have is Bisito. We have Togekiss with Timid Nature. This is Choice Scarfed. As my good friend Vivid would say, if you don't have another plan, when in doubt, flinch him out. When in doubt, flinch him out. We have the Serene Grace ability with Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Flamethrower, and Baton Pass. Air Slash is there for stab and to get those Serene Grace flinches. Dazzling Gleam is there primarily for the Dragapult, and it's also for the Dragapult, and then Flamethrower is there if in case I have to come in on the Copper Jaw, and Baton Pass is there for some pivot momentum if I can catch things on the switch. Very self-explanatory. We outspeed a timid max speed Dragapult with 1 point with the Choice Scarf. Next mon we have is Nihilego on a bike. Nihilego showing up with Black Sludge. This is similar set that we brought against Sophie Sakurai. I'm sorry, Sophie. I mispronounce your name all the time. Apologies. Power Gem, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, and Acid Spray. Acid Spray is there to drop special defense, of my opponent by 2. So everything else does monumental amounts of damage. Sludge Wave and Power Gem are there for stab. Sludge Wave hits almost the entire fucking team. We do get walled pretty much by the Copper Jaw, so that is something that we do have to keep in mind. That is a thing. But Power Gem is primarily there for the Mandibuzz if he brings that. Vileplume takes a bunch from the Sludge Wave. I think it's 2 KO if he's bold max HP and max defense. It does a number. Vikavolt, it destroys it with Power Gem. Phenomenal. Dazzling Gleam is there for the Dragapult. Check out the stats, dude. We are 1 point. We have 1 more point in speed over special attack to be a speed boosting nature, which means we were able to outspeed the Dragapult by getting that speed boost, which is super great. And then the Dazzling Gleam from the Nihilego is going to be doing 63 to 76%, thus putting him in range of Sucker Puncher and Golisopod, which is going to be clutch. So I think that that's going to put a big factor to the team. And I'm super excited for it, But that is going to be the team, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. We're going to cut to get connected to Tone. This is basically a must win, guys. So if you're ready to go, pull up a chair, get your popcorn ready, and hit the lights.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. We are connected with my boy Tone. We got the team about 90% correct. He brought everything without except for the Vikavolt. Instead, he brings the Vileplume. So that is probably his his Zygarde check, which is phenomenal. I'm super excited. Zygarde hasn't had a matchup this good all season, so that is definitely a thing. I think that we're gonna go ahead and try to lead off with Diego. There's not really much that really is going to threaten us out here. We outspeed everything outside of the Cinderace, and we do eat Pyro Balls relatively well. We could find out a little bit more information on that, and if he brings the Dragapult, we'll just assess the situation from there. So we're just going to go ahead and lead with that. So we said it in the DMs, good luck, have fun to Tone. Great guy, super awesome. He is very accommodating. We do appreciate that every single time. And yeah, let's get this popping. Hopefully we're able to get into the battle tower, which will hopefully be the new home of the LA Guerrilla Tactics. Yes, we are. Boom shakalaka, let's get it. So he brings out Lily. Lily is the Gardevoir. Okay, we can chew hit relatively well. He doesn't have a switch in or a stop to my Volt Switch. So this is going to be dual honking chunk. So he does have the trace. Okay, so the trace on the Gardevoir is good information. So let's go ahead and put that on there. So instead of synchronize, he's indeed the trace. So I think I want to Volt Switch, right? He didn't bring the Marowak, so kind of Volt Switching is free. If we Volt Switch, what do we bring in here? Probably Nihilego. So let's Volt Switch. See what he wants to do. Psyshock is going to be doing a lot, so I don't think that I want to bring it in willy-nilly. I think the best course of action here is probably to bring in Besito. What does he want to do to hit us here? Besito's probably like the best play overall. If you go for a Psychic type move, that's gonna suck. So we're gonna go ahead and bring Besito here now, and see what he wants to do, because we still have to find out a little bit more information about this thing, right? So we do a Honky Chomp because of the Magnet. He does go for the Psyshock, which is great. So this isn't gonna be doing very much at all. Oh my god, that is Specs if I ever seen it. That is Choice Specs if I had ever seen it. Gardevoir. Oh yeah, that's Choice Specs. It has to be. To Besito, which is Togekiss, a Psyshock. Let's see. Psyshock. Alright. So a Psyshock to Besito. should have done 42 to 51%, and we're sitting at 34. That is choice specs, sir. If that's the case, we're gonna go ahead and go for a air slash here, right? Because if we baton pass out, what do we bring in? Nothing really wants to take this hit. Psyshock is kind of a nuisance to the entire team. So let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? Psyshock may not be too bad. How much does Tangrowth take from this? We're gonna take our time here. Actually, no, let's go for air slash. We ran out of time. Air slash is pretty free. Does with the draw. Baton pass was the play there, but that's fine. Let's see. Probably brings in the elephant here, which is fine. So our play is to bring in Golisopod. So this thing is leftovers. Leftovers, choice specs Gardevoir. Look at that. That's definitely a thing. All right, so I think our play is to bring in. Whoa, we're drifting again. Whoa, we're drifting. We're drifting. Whoa. I'm about to change controllers here, guys. Let me actually just do that real quick. We're gonna turn off this. Yeah, we're changing controllers here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to do this and get this controller. We're going to turn this one off because my controller is no longer bueno. Alright, so hopefully I don't run out of time here. Alright, perfect. I'm going to bring in Maruchan here. I think is the play. Let's see what he wants to go for. He can go for a heavy slam, but getting a little bit more damage off on this, so that way the Golisopod is able to do more a little bit later would be much more appreciated. But this is completely gonzo now. So it goes for the heat crash. Ooh, makes a play. Makes a play. Actually doesn't do that much, which is actually awesome. We definitely chew another one, which is great. But we do want to keep this around for the Urshifu. So on the other key crash, we're going to get some recovery back on this. So we're going to bring in the Kabuterimon. I think is going to be the play. That, depending on the damage that we did, let's see. So it goes for the heat crash. So he predicted the Tangrowth, which is great, which is pretty good play on his part. I think I was down to 107. So I did about half 100 points of health. Paparaja. Goes for the heat crash again. Alright, it goes from 181 down to 131. Alright, 131. 131. That did 28 points of damage. I'm going to go ahead and go for the close combat here. Close combat has a chance to kill, depending on his investment, but I think we just do have to click it here. Because this thing going for damage is going to be annoying. So we're going to go for close combat here. See what he wants to do. Just switch out, scouting it to see what we got. IP man, what is this? Alright, so this is still going to take a hunky chunk. Close combat, it's good damage. Good damage, good damage. Close combat definitely is going to be coming out here. I think our play is to go ahead and switch out. So we're going to bring in Maruchan here, which is what this Pokemon's here for. If he goes for a U-turn, we can gauge damage. We're at 176. Fire Punch. Okay. This thing get Fire Punch? I didn't even know it got Fire Punch. That's crazy. Alright, so our play here, I think, is to go for a Giga Drain. He could bring in, or he can go for a knockoff. I think knockoff is the play. If he stays in, that's the thing. What is your switch into my Tangrowth here? Probably Paparaja. But I would assume. I can go for Earthquake and get damage off on this and the Paparaja. That's for sure a thing. I'm going to Earthquake expecting the Paparaja to come back in. Goes for the U-turn. Okay, so he's not choiced. He's not choiced. Which is great. I think, did I just see Life Orb? Looked away for just a second. I wasn't paying attention. That's me being me. This thing's regen is a broken ability, bro. Regen is a broken ass ability. Brings in this, that's awesome, bro. We're gonna get some damage off on this. If we can get it close to half, and then we can knock it out with Galisopods. Oh yeah, dude, you died you now die to Aqua Jet, which is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I think I want to just bring in Squishy here. That's definitely the play. I believe that I did indeed EV this thing to outspeed Gardevoir. So we can expect the Pyro Ball here. It's good to gauge damage. A timid max speed Gardevoir. 145, yeah we do. Okay, cool. It was for the U-turn, okay. So from 193 down to 163. 163, Cinderace. Now, what do you bring in on this? Vileplume? U-turn 24 to 29%. That did about jolly damage. That did about jolly damage. Alright, Vileplume here. Let's see, this thing probably does have the Moonblast, now that I think of this. Okay, so Corrosive Gas. Moon, how much does Moonblast do if he's max defense? Bold max defense does 41 to 49%. Our 1,000 arrows isn't doing much here. I want to see what he does. I want to definitely see what he does. I'm gonna bring in Nihilego and see if he's got the Moonblast. Because this thing for sure gets Moonblast, and Strength Sap is also a possibility here, so we're gonna bring in Nihilego. Nihilego on a bike! There's the Moonblast. Okay, cool. This should be doing jack shit. Goes to 188. Alright, so Nihilego goes down to 188. That did 8% damage. That's about it. That's about right. So it looks like it's Bold Max Defense. Bold Max Defense, I think, is what this thing is. So I think I'm gonna go for an Acid Spray here. Or I can go for a Power Gem. Let's see. I could do a lot of damage, potentially, with Sledge Wave. I think I should just go for the Sledge Wave. Yeah, I think I should just go for Sledge Wave and get damage. I'm gonna go for Sledge Wave here. And I'm gonna get my damage. I should be doing about half. Yep, that's about right. So this is indeed a 2-hit KO. He goes for the Sleep Powder and he does hit it. That's a mad unfort. That's unfort. Okay, I want to burn a turn to sleep here. And I'm going to stay in. I think I can just go for another one here. I could Power Gem, anticipating, or I can go for a Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, anticipating the Urshifu to want to switch in here. Or I could double. What do you bring in on this? Urshifu? If he brings in the Urshifu, I can bring in Maruchan. No, that may not be the play, because if he goes for a Sludge Bomb, how much does Sludge Bomb do? Tangrowth. Sludge Bomb does kill. I think I just want to burn a turn to sleep here. Yeah, let's burn a turn to sleep and go for a Sludge Wave. I think we're guaranteed one turn to sleep. If he goes for the Urshifu, I'm going to regret not bringing in... Okay, he brings in this. Okay, so I'm glad that we didn't bring in Tangrowth. So, Cinderace. How much does Cinderace do to us here? Nihilego. High Jump Kick is definitely a possibility here. Besito. I think we should bring in Ursh. I think we should bring in this. Yeah, let's bring in Squishy. There's no reason not to. How much does Zygarde take? It would take about 45 to 53% to a high jump kick, but our Zygarde basically walls this thing for the most part. If he wants to go for a Pyro Ball, he can go for a Pyro Ball. I doubt that he does though, because we are a Rock type. So we'll see. Alright, I think he goes for U-turn, I think is the play here. There's no reason not to go for U-turn. If he goes for U-turn, he does. So if he brings in the Vileplume, we just switch back out again. I mean, there's no reason not to. He goes for Moonblast. We bring back in Nihilego, burn yet another turn of sleep, which is really great. We just go for a Sludge Wave. Vileplume. He brings in this instead. So does he have Ice Punch? We did outspeed this thing. Urshifu. Rapid Strike. I think I saw Life Orb, and from the damage he's at, I think he did take Life Orb damage. Surging Strikes has a chance to kill. We did not outspeed this thing jolly. So Fire Punch, I think, could be coming out here. Ice Punch can come out here. He has U-Turn, he has Fire Punch, probably has Surging Strikes. So we've seen U-Turn, we've seen Fire Punch. This is an interesting play here. This is kind of an interesting play here. I think I want to just bring in Kabuterimon. It covers the Fire Punch, it covers the Fire Punch, covers the Surging Strikes, it covers the Ice Punch, covers the U-Turn. So we're bringing Kabuterimon. Goes for Ice Punch, okay. So he does have Ice Punch, he has Fire Punch, and he has Ice Punch. Okay. That's cool. Do I want to switch here? On his Surging Strikes or his Close Combat? We're at 97%. If this thing is... Could have gauged the damage there, actually I should have. 97 health. Urshifu Rapid, does it kill me with a U-Turn? U-Turn. U-Turn does 33%. We're at 47. It does 47. It does not kill us if he's Jolly. I'm going to swap into Maruchan here. And get a little bit more chip damage off on this thing. So in comes Maruchan. Probably U-Turn. Fire Punch. Oh, he actually... Okay. Well, I guess that covers both. He burns us, which is super unfortunate on a Fire Punch. I think it's like a 10% chance to burn. That sucks. You hate to see it. 10% chance, dude. 10% chance. I did not see Rocky Helmet damage, so I think he's actually protective pads. I did not catch that. He has protective pads on this. Alright, I think that this is the time that we let this thing go down. We're gonna go for Giga Drain here. Yeah, he's protective pads, for sure. Okay, so we get a little bit more pivot momentum. We're gonna let Maruchan go down here, which is fine. Shout out to Tangrowth, did the finest of work. So Urshi Rapid kills Tang. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so he was protective pads, which is a solid bring. I didn't catch that the whole time. That's why you gotta pay attention to the game, boys, and keep your mind in the battle. Alright, so we do get a little bit of pivot momentum here. If he brings in the Cinderace, we can just bring in Golisopod and go for an Aqua Jet. He doesn't have rocks unless he put it on the Copper Jaw. Copper Jaw has Heat Crash. Brings in this thing. Okay. Sounds good to me. Our play is to bring in Squishy. So let's do it. Let's bring in Squishy. Does he get ice coverage? He does not. Does he get dragon coverage? He has Play Rough. How much does Play Rough take? I forgot about Play Rough. So Play Rough, let's see. Copper Jaw. I'm actually going to coil here. I'm going to coil for the covers the Play Rough play. So let's coil. We can coil into Dragon. We can coil into Dragon Dance. Caparaja, level 50. If he's adamant, max attack 252. So we do coil here. Play Rough. That's foul play. If he misses, that'd be even better. He does hit. Okay. Now we do smoke this thing. We do indeed smoke this thing. Even through... Could bring in the Vileplume, which is the thing. But I think our play is just to always 1,000 arrows. So let's go for it. I'm 1,000 arrows. I'm gonna knock this thing out, get a little bit of leftovers recovery. He could bring in the what's it called? The Dragapult if he wants to after that, which is fine. Oh, he switches. What do you switch out into? Is that the Vileplume? Oh, do I 2-hit KO you now? I +1? I think I do. Yeah, I do. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I get 2 rounds of leftovers recovery, which is super great. We get ourselves just a little bit more healthy. And getting rid of this thing is going to be phenomenal for the end game for our boy here. So we're going to call it a day here. So Zygarde kills Vileplume. No reason for you to switch out and take damage off on something else. Alright, awesome. Phenomenal. Vileplume's gone. Cool. Get a little bit more lefties, a little bit more healthy so we can be a switch into the Cinderace, which is great. Dragapult probably comes in here. In which case I think that I just sack off Togekiss in case he goes for Dragon move. Right? Because a Shadow Ball wouldn't kill me. Brings in this. Okay. Are you jolly? Oh, he has to be jolly, right? For sure he has to be jolly. Do I kill you? With an extreme speed? Let's see. Urshifu, Rapid. And what are we doing on time? We're doing decent. We're doing pretty decent on the time here. If he has no HP investment, and then we have our Zygarde, and we are at +1. How much does extreme speed? 32 to 38%. That is not in range. So we're gonna switch. It goes for Ice Punch here. We leave this for I think we actually bring in Diego. No, we bring in Nihilego. Who's asleep. Right? No, we need Nihilego. For sure, we need. What do we need Nihilego for, actually? Not much. Should we just sack off Besito? Yeah, let's sack off Besito. No reason not to keep Besito around at the health that he's at. So shout out to Besito, you did phenomenal, my friends. Guys, I have to pee. Alright, Ice Punch kills my guy. Alright, that's fine. Urshi, Rapid, kills Kiss. Alright, so now our play is into bring in Diego. And we're gonna go for a Thunderbolt. Solid. Thunderbolt's gonna do damage. Do I kill you with a let's see. Raikou Volt Switch does indeed kill an Urshifu. But I'm gonna go for Thunderbolt. I'm gonna go for T-Bolt here. Does damage off on anything. If he wants to bring in the Dragapult, he can bring in the Dragapult. It's still gonna do a Honky Chonk. We're gonna T-Bolt here. He does with the draw. What does he bring in? Apache. I don't think I've seen that nickname. Is that Dragapult? That is indeed the Dragapult. I think I can chew whatever hit he wants to go for here. Alright, if this thing is awesome. Draco does not kill me from full, so I'm gonna go ahead and Volt Switch here. It does not kill me from full. So we're gonna Volt Switch. Goes for the U-turn. Awesome. 133. Are you offensive? Physically offensive, I mean. That did what? 21%? 21. No, that's about right. Looks like you're timid. He is indeed timid. It is not jolly. Alright, so we're gonna Volt Switch here. Does a lot of damage. Perfection. Now we bring back in Squishy, we go for 1,000 arrows. Bring back in Squishy, go for 1,000 arrows. We are in a phenomenal position, my friends. We stayed in because we chewed a hit from the Dragapult, no matter what. From full. And we get a little bit healthier here. I think this is the time where he lets this thing go. I think he lets the Carpajal go now. So our play is to go ahead and click 1,000 arrows. There's no reason to keep this thing around anymore. Yep. Zygarde getting 2 kills. Zygarde kills Copper. Alright, Dragapult probably comes out here, but he's just gonna go for a U-turn, I think. Is what he does. Gardevoir, Urshifu. You probably bring in the Urshifu. That's another play he can make. If that's the case, on his Urshifu. Yeah, there's the Urshifu. Alright, I think I'm gonna switch because I still could use this. I'm gonna bring Kabuterimon, and if he brings me into emergency exit range, then we can switch into Raikou, which is phenomenal. Ice Punch is definitely something that I think he's gonna go for here. This is where I keep telling people that emergency exit can be used to your advantage. And we're definitely gonna be doing that here. Goes for the Ice Punch. I think that brings me back. Is it half? It is not half. Okay. Are you kidding me? Bro. That's a joke, dude. This dude fucking froze me. First he fire punch burned me, and then he froze me. I wonder how this interaction goes. Do I get to see her switch first? I'm gonna bring in Diego, I think. Or I could bring in Nihilego. Yeah. I'm frozen and I'm asleep. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I have to bring in Nihilego. That's unfortunate, bro. I'm asleep and I'm frozen. Oh man, we're gonna lose this game to hacks, and that's unfortunate. And what can you do, man? It's the game that we play. Oh, that should cancel it out. All right. What do we do here? What do we do here? I'm going to switch out into, yeah, I have to switch into Kabuterimon. My timer's kind of low. We're gonna lose the timer if we don't move a little bit faster. So we're just gonna start playing real quick. We're at 47 seconds, I think, on our clock. Damn, that sucks. Well, basically the plays are very straightforward here. Ice Punch, U-turn, Surging Strikes. Those are 4 moves. That's crazy, bro. That's so crazy. All right, well, our play here is to just click Aqua Jet. Let him kill me off here. Oh, we thought out. Look at that. Get a little bit of damage off, which is pretty cool. No reason for him not to kill me off, yeah. Urshifu and Zygarde showdown, bro. Kills Gleese. Alright. So, now we bring in Raikou. Let's go ahead and do it. And our play is to Thunderbolt. Every single time. Doesn't have Aqua Jet, doesn't have any priorities, showing me all of his moves. So we're gonna go ahead and click Thunderbolt. You could bring in the what does he want to bring in here? Probably the Cinderace. Sacks off the Cinderace. I think that's Cinderace, right? Yep. Alright, so sacks this thing off. Raikou kills Cinderace. Okay. So the Dragapult comes in here, right? Maybe he's heavy duty booties. We live at Draco if he's timid. Why did you bring this in? I don't understand. No Nintendo. No Nintendo. I'm just gonna Thunderbolt again. So we're gonna T-Bolt. This thing was shown to be choice specs. If a Volt Switch did that much, then the Thunderbolt indeed is gonna kill here. So Raikou kills Guard. Alright. So Raikou and Zygarde are putting in the finest of work. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright, so here's this thing. I am going to... I think I'm going to Volt Switch, or what I could do is I can just bring in Nihilego. Nihilego on a bike. If he is especially offensive, then we could definitely find that out here. And we can chew 2 Draicos with the Dragapult here. Because Dragapult does 42.9% max if he's timid to Nihi, and we're at full. And this is our chance to probably try to wake up because the Gardevoir's gone, so we can stay in and try to burn those turns. So Shadow Ball does less. Shadow Ball does 22 to 26%. That did not that. He's modest. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam here. Razzle Dazzle, a little bit of Razzle Dazzle. If we can wake up here, then Nihilego is going to be a legend. Still asleep. That's mad unfortunate. But our play is to stay in because we should be able to chew just 1 more. So we're gonna go ahead and spam that. Nihilego, if you can wake up here, that would be phenomenal, friend. Please. Please, Nihilego, can you please wake up? Nihilego, can you please wake up? Let's go, Nihilego. Let's go, Nihi. Big Nihi. Let's go. Oh, he lives. You hate to see it. He lives. Oh, I wish I had Gleesapod. Our play is just to spam it, though. We're going to spam Dazzling Gleam here. And I think that this thing is actually locked in, right? That has to be choice specs damage. Like, for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Squishy. And I think I'm going to 1,000 arrows here. Because if he's choice scarfed, then we want to speed him if we dragon dance anyway. I haven't had the time to really count this. He does with the draw, so he is indeed choiced. I think he specs though. I think he specs. So 1,000 arrows here. 1,000 arrows into extreme speed does indeed kill this thing. So we're gonna go for that. Definitely, guys, I know for sure what the time is. Don't worry about it. I got you. Extreme speed. 1,000 arrows into extreme speed should be able to knock this thing out. And I think the Dragapult does indeed have to go for the so Zygarde kills Urshi. And then Holt kills Nihi. I think he has to go for the Draco in order to kill me because of the leftovers that I just took. So if he goes for Draco, then he has to drop his attack, and that means Raikou can come in and win the game. Unfortunately, this is indeed a ghost type, so we'd have to go for 1,000 arrows. So if we live a hit, we win. If he goes for Draco, we win. I think is the scenario that we put ourselves into. There's the Draco, so now he does hit, which is fine. Holt kills Zygarde. Drops his special attack, which is phenomenal because he's indeed choice scarfed. And then we just click Thunderbolt and we win the game with Raikou here. So we bring in Diego. And then we click Thunderbolt. And that should be bringing it home because there's no way in hell at -2 that he's going to knock us out at the range that we're at. So great game to Tone. Phenomenal game. Holy shit. That was one hell of a game. So Raikou kills Polt. And that should be a wrap. Even if he's choice specs, he's -2. There's no way he kills our Raikou here from full. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So Raikou's gonna go ahead and bring it home for us. Dude, Dragapult is so scary. Dragapult is fucking scary, bro. He has no more of the Pokemon, and if he did, we outspeed everything. So I think that was the last mon. GG's again to Tone. Do me a massive favor, guys. Down in the description below will be a link to his channel. Watch his side of the battle. Leave a comment down below on his video. Tell him that I sent you, and support fellow content creators. Like I said before in the little team recap, we did kind of play a little bit funsies with Goldoa Dragon last week because he's definitely a playoff contender, if not, or not that, duh, he's a playoff contender, first place in the league. he's definitely an opponent that we could play in playoffs, or if not, maybe in finals. So I didn't want to give him the A team. So we brought the B team. So we had to turn on the gas for this game. There were some unfortunate hacks that went our way. The freezing of Golisopod was definitely unfortunate, but it was super clutch that he did unthaw there, because I think without that Aqua Jet damage, we wouldn't have been able to do enough with the extreme speed. But that's definitely a roll depending on if he's invested in his HP or not. But yeah, the entire team came in clutch. Shout out to Zygarde. Bring a grass type. So Zygarde is a freak of nature, and yeah, we had to win this game now to put ourselves in the best position possible. I believe that this is going to put us back into second place, because we did lose the game against Goldoa Dragon, and then someone else won. Put the Roman Polions, I think, in front of us. So I think that this is going to put us into second place. It just depends on how things go. But yeah, we're looking to be locked into playoffs pretty soon. And hopefully we're able to cruise on through and get our first championship in Wi-Fi for generation number 8 in the SDA. If you're new here, do me a massive favor, hit that subscribe button. It's always a fun time here. We like to be goof around and play some fun Pokemons. And with that being said, I'm gonna get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of your night, and above all else, be nice. Peace.